Royal and humble greetings to each and every one. Today's episode is on the remarkable history of King Moshoeshoe I and the Basotho Kingdom. In this video, we'll explore King Moshoeshoe's encounters and conflicts with various groups, including the Koranna, the Boers and the British, and how he used strategy and diplomacy to protect his people and their land in the First Basotho War. Join us as we dive into this inspiring chapter of African history. In the late 1820s, a group of Koranna and Dutch-speaking people of mixed descent arrived near Moshoeshoe's kingdom. Armed and mounted on horseback, they possessed a serious threat. In response, Moshoeshoe took action by arming his people, providing them with horses. To ensure his kingdom was ready for any conflict, Moshoeshoe established training stations where the Basotho received advanced weapon training, preparing them for potential wars. During the Great Trek, white settlers known as the Boers moved into the region, crossing the Orange River from the Cape Colony in the mid-1820s. At first, Morena Moshoeshoe saw them as possible allies because they created a buffer between the Basotho and the Koranna. Initially, these Boer settlers requested permission from Morena Moshoeshoe to settle in the area. However, tensions rose when they later claimed the land as their own. Moshoeshoe viewed this as a betrayal, as he believed he had only lent the land to them. Around 1845, a treaty was signed recognizing Boer settlers in the area, but failing to draw clear boundaries between Moshoeshoe's kingdom and the Boer settlements, leading to frequent border disputes. To control these disputes, the British, who controlled territory between the Orange and the Vaal rivers, proclaimed the Warden Line, named after Major Henry Douglas Warden. This boundary ran from Konnetspruit to the Orange River, through Fetchkop to Jammerbeek Drift on the Caledon. The Warden Line passed through the fertile Caledon River Valley, which was crucial for agriculture and survival for both the Basotho and the British settlers. This caused resentment, especially from Morena Moshoeshoe, who did not accept this imposed boundary. Hostility grew and tensions erupted into open conflict. As tensions increased, the British clashed with the Basotho forces. In 1851, Moshoeshoe's troops defeated the British at the Battle of Firwood, showcasing the strength and resilience of the Basotho under his leadership. During this time, Morena Moshoeshoe reached out to the Boer leaders Andries Pretorius, offering him alliance against the British. This offer showed Moshoeshoe's strategic diplomacy, as he looked to unite against a common foe rather than face multiple enemies. In response to Moshoeshoe's victories, British General Sir George Cathcart led a campaign against the Basotho. He imposed a fine on Morena Moshoeshoe, demanding payment as a condition of peace. Moshoeshoe partially paid the fine, but this did not satisfy the British. A major battle broke out at the Berea Platte in 1852, where Moshoeshoe's well-trained cavalry inflicted heavy losses on the British forces. This decisive battle marked a turning point, weakening British influence over the Basotho and protecting Basotho sovereignty, even though Cathcart initially considered withdrawal. In 1854, the British decided that maintaining control over the region was too costly and handed the disputed land over to the Boers in the Riversend Convention. The Boers established the Republic of Orange Free State, laying claim to land beyond the Caledon River. This sparked further land conflicts, as the Basotho continued to use the territory for grazing, asserting their historical right to the land. In early 1858, tensions escalated in the Orange Free State, as both the Boers and the Basotho laid claim to a vast strip of territory, each with their reasons. Bosiu, the president of the Orange Free State, held talks with Moshoeshoe to resolve these issues, but they only increased tensions. On March 1858, Bosiu declared war on the Basotho. Despite the conflict, the Boers struggled to penetrate Moshoeshoe's mountain stronghold, Thaba Bosiu, which proved to be a formidable defense. During this war, the Boers destroyed several mission stations established by the Paris Evangelical Society. These missionaries had come to Thaba Bosiu around 1833, retained the Sesotho language, and educated the Basotho, instilling a sense of pride and unity that made the Boers feel threatened. During the War of Senegal, the Boers faced difficulties in the conflict due to the rugged terrain and strong defenses of the Basotho. The war became drawn out, with the Boers struggling to achieve significant military success. Moshoeshoe's tactics and the Basotho warriors' knowledge of the landscape contributed to their defense, while the Boer forces suffered increasing casualties and resource strain. Eventually, the Orange Free State forces began to dissolve, and Bosiu sought a peaceful resolution. Moshoeshoe agreed unconditionally to mediation, showing his wisdom and restraint. Although he was in a position of strength, Moshoeshoe understood that pushing his advantage too far might provoke another enemy into the conflict. On the 1st of June, a ceasefire was signed, halting all military operations and bringing a temporary peace to the region. Through his wise leadership, diplomacy, and strategic foresight, King Moshoeshoe I safeguarded the Basotho kingdom against immense challenges. His ability to balance welfare with diplomacy, building alliances, and understanding the power of resilience made him a respected figure in African history. This story is a powerful reminder of the importance of unity, pride, and wisdom in the face of adversity. Now that was the first Basotho War, or the War of Senegal. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Until the next one, thank you for watching.